Jenna Cash, you like chocolate cake? Yeah? What if it has mayonnaise in it? Do you like that? Silence. I agree. Hello, vintage neighbors. Welcome to the Vintage Girl Next Door. My name is Lacey, and today's video is a special one because this coming Friday is my birthday, and also my sweet friend Christina's birthday was yesterday. Christina from the Air Effect. So we thought it would be so fun to do a collaboration birthday video for you, and what we are going to do is make some questionable but hopefully delicious birthday cakes for ourselves. So I'm going to link Christina's channel so you can see what cake she made and help us celebrate our birthdays vintage style. Also, if you are curious how old I will be turning on Friday, it's April 30th is my birthday, and I do have a profile on the website Famous Birthdays. If you want to check it out and boost my profile on there, that would be amazing and so kind of you. So if you want to check that out, you can see. Oh, this is a big birthday and I'm not ready for it, you guys. I'm not ready. Help. Now, you may have noticed this jar of mayonnaise sitting here. That is a hint and a possible foreshadowing of what's to come, because I am finally trying out the chocolate mayonnaise cake from the 1950s. A lot of you suggested this way back when I made my ration cake recipe, suggested it as like a really yummy cake, so I am excited to try it. I also saw it on Dylan Hollis's TikTok and or YouTube channel. He made this and liked it as well, so I mean, who knows? We shall see. Never say never, that's what I say. So a big happy birthday to my sweet friend Christina. Thank you for collaborating with me. This fun vintage birthday cake recipe adventure. Don't forget to check out her video. I will link it for you. So let's get into it. Chocolate mayonnaise cake. Here we go. First of all, we're going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees, and my oven runs a little hot, so I do a little bit less. Now I am adding 2 cups of flour and 2/3 cup of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1 1/4 teaspoon baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon baking powder. And we're going to mix all those dry ingredients together till they are nice and combined, and set that aside. Then in a large bowl, I am adding 3 eggs. And 1 2/3 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then I'm going to give that a good mix. We're going to beat that at high speed until it's light and fluffy for about 3 minutes. And scrape the sides of the bowl if you need to. And that is looking pretty good. Now we are going to add the main ingredient to this show. 1 gigantic cup of mayonnaise. So I'm adding that in, and then we are going to beat that at low speed till it's nice and combined. Now we are adding in our dry ingredient mixture in 4 parts, alternating with 1 1/3 cup of water. So you put a little bit of the dry, a little bit of the water, a little bit more of the dry, a little bit of the water, and you begin and end with the dry mixture. Making sure to get that nice and combined, and it really came together really well. There was like not any lumps or anything like that going on. It was pretty smooth sailing. It did get a little messy when I was adding the water. As soon as I started mixing, got some chocolate splatter here and there. Giving that a good mix. The rest of the water, give it a mix. And then the rest of the dry ingredients. And that made it really easy to mix together when you do it that way. And now I am greasing my cake pans with some vegetable shortening and flouring them. So we do not want this cake to stick in the pan. I'm going to pour it in, half in one pan, half in the next. I really need to get 2 of the same cake pan. I've got a mismatch situation going on right now. Now I'm going to put those in the oven and set my timer. It says to bake it for 30 to 35 minutes. I set mine for just under 30. Like I said, my oven runs hot and I just never know what's going to happen there. So better safe than burned cake. Now I'm starting on the frosting. You melt 1 stick of butter. So 1/2 cup of butter. 2/3 cup cocoa powder, and combine that, and then you alternately add 3 cups powdered sugar and 1/3 cup milk. So add 1 cup of the sugar, a little bit of milk, mix it up. 1 cup of sugar, a little bit of milk, mix it up. And I decided I better check on this cake. Still not cooked in the center, so continue with the frosting. And here I am adding the 1st cup of powdered sugar and a little bit of milk. Combine, stir as we go. A little bit more milk. I used coconut milk. Obviously you can use the milk of your choice. But it made a really nice, sweet, creamy frosting. And you can add more milk if you need to, if it's a little too thick. And I did end up adding a little bit of extra milk into mine. Having a hard time getting that powdered sugar. I didn't want it all to just fall out at once. And I'm checking the cakes again. This time I thought it looked like it might be done, and so I tried to pierce it with a knife, and it was not done, and it made a big hole in the middle of the cake. giving that sugar a good mix, and now I'm adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla. One last mix up, and our frosting is done. Third time's a charm. These cakes are done. So I went ahead and pulled those out, and you are meant to cool them in the pans for 10 minutes and then transfer them to a cooling rack until they are completely cool. I don't really have a cooling rack, so I used a rack from my downstairs fridge. They came out of the pan nice and smooth. No sticking here, folks. Perfect. And now that they are completely cool, we are going to frost them. But this layer was my least desirable cake pan, and it was kind of rounded and domed on the top, and so I just took a bread knife and tried to level that off there, and it worked pretty well. So I just cut off the dome top so that it would be flat. And that is our bottom layer, and now I'm going to put the frosting in the middle of there. And that recipe made plenty of frosting. I actually had extra left over afterwards, so definitely gives you plenty to work with. There's that top layer. Just don't be shy with the frosting, folks. Wanted to make sure and get it all around the sides and all over. I am not a professional cake decorator by any stretch of the imagination, but I am pleased with how this one turned out. Our chocolate mayonnaise cake is finished. And the recipe was super easy. It came together very well. I think it looks really good. It smells really good. So it is the moment of truth. We must cut into this thing and taste it. I'll give you a closer look. Here's the cake. Smells yummy. Looks pretty good. Okay, let's cut into it. Good on the inside. It is 2 layers, so I put frosting in the middle as well. Closer look of the cross section. Okay, let's do this. Let's see how we feel about the chocolate mayonnaise cake. It's very fluffy. Doesn't seem dry at all. It's really good. I am very pleasantly surprised. It's not too chocolatey, which is great for me. Like I do like chocolate, but it's not overpowering. Slightly tangy, I suspect the mayonnaise. Very fluffy, not dry at all. Well, this is a good cake, you guys. I feel like this is a good go-to chocolate cake recipe. I must say I am very pleasantly surprised by this cake. I would 100% make this again. Like, it's really good. All right, I will put the recipe I used in the description below so that you may try out the chocolate mayonnaise cake for yourself. And I recommend it. You're gonna want to try it. It's really good. I'm not mad about this vintage birthday cake that I made. Not mad at all. Don't forget to check out my good friend Christina at The Air Effect, her channel, so that you can see the birthday cake that she made, the vintage recipe she used. It is a good one. I can't wait to see how her cake turns out. So I will link her channel. And here is just a little tiny sneak peek of Christina.
Have you ever I don't know why, I'm just laughing. Have you ever looked at a can of tomato soup and thought, man, I wish that was a cake? Yeah, me neither, but we're gonna try it.
I hope that you enjoyed this vintage baking recipe, and if you did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. That really helps me out. Let me know in the comments if you have tried this cake before or if you plan to. I would love to know. Also, don't forget to check out the Famous Birthdays website. I will link that below, and you can check out how old I'm going to be on Friday, April 30th. If you do check out that Famous Birthdays, you can click on Boost and boost my profile on there, and that would mean the world to me if you would. If you are new and you have not subscribed already, please do so. We would love to have you join our vintage neighborhood for more of our vintage fun. I will link my vintage recipe playlist for you, so you can check those out if you really enjoy vintage recipes. I have a whole bunch more videos that I have made testing out vintage recipes. If you have one you want me to try, leave it in the comments. I would love to check it out. And I hope that wherever you are in the world that you are feeling safe and feeling loved, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye!